And looks like we are live. Hello and welcome everyone to Secret Science Sewer Siblings. I love being a critter. I'll be your GM, Alexi. I'm excited to be running this game for the Gauntlet community and specifically for Gauntlet Community Open Gaming. So the Gauntlet community has lots of cool games going up each and every month. You can check it out at gauntlet-rpg.com or follow it on Twitter at gauntletrpg. And this weekend we're having Gauntlet Community Open Gaming, and that's something we're going to keep doing. Probably once a quarter or so, and it's a weekend of totally free, totally open gaming run by members and friends of the Gauntlet community. This game, Secret Science Sewer Siblings, we have a player has dropped, but hopefully we'll be able to re-add them momentarily. I'll continue my introduction. This game, Secret Science Sewer Siblings, is a game of a found family of mutated sewer critters attempting to rescue their mentor and thwart a nefarious foe. We are excited to be playing this. Hey, welcome back. I'm the designer of Secret Science Sewer Siblings. Very excitingly, it's been nominated for an ENnie Award for Best Free Game. Fingers crossed we do well when the ENnies announce at Gen Con time. But in the meantime, super cool to be. This is the first time I've run it since the nominations came out, so I can say I'm running an ENnie nominated game of Secret Science Sewer Siblings. All right. That's enough about me. Let's do some introductions. I'm going to ask players to introduce themselves with your name, pronouns if you wish, and online handle if you so desire. So, for example, I'm Alexi, he, him, and you can follow my gaming endeavors online at Cloven Pine Games. Character keeper order, Lowell, kick us off.
So I'm Lowell, pronouns he, him, and I should go through my character.
We'll go background for characters.
Okay. All right. So Lowell, pronouns he, him, Gauntlet Gaming Community Manager. And this is really exciting. A great group of people to play with. So that's all I have to say.
Great to have you here. Tyler, you're up next.
Hi there, I'm Tyler, he, him pronouns. I have a bunch of games up on YouTube if you want to see them. Tyler Lominack, Lominack. And I'm part of the Gauntlet Community Care Committee and love this game. It seems so cool.
Great to have you here. Yeah, absolutely. Mike, last but not least.
That's me, Mike, he and pronouns. Also very thrilled to be with this bunch of people. Alexi, I've been looking forward to playing one of your games for a long time. I'm glad to have an opportunity to. I also have some games on YouTube. If you're interested, go check them out. Michael G. Barford is my YouTube channel. Haven't uploaded any in a while, but I don't edit them and they're 4 hours long. So lots of content for you there.
Plenty of content. Absolutely. Well, good to have you here. Let's meet the characters. I'm gonna go ahead and do this little thingamon and share. Yes, there we go. Pop in the character keeper into the video so folks can see these characters we're talking about. Lowell, will you start us off by introducing your character, making sure to tell us what the type of critter he is and any other salient details?
Absolutely. So I'm Aquinas, and I'm a horned toad. Ribbit this man, and I got a katana, and I'm the bad boy of the team, and that's who I am, because I got my sweet katana, and I flip out, and the others, they're all like hands of justice, but I know what's good in life. Burritos, delicious burritos, all kinds of burritos, stuffed burritos, not stuffed burritos, burrito. So that's my thing. Got to seize life like you're seizing a burrito. Don't have to microwave life, but sometimes don't even have to microwave burrito. Yeah. Aquinas, Aki.
That's great. Good to meet Aquinas, the bad boy horned toad. What a good influence on the team he will be. Tyler, will you tell us about your character, please?
Certainly, I'm Locke. I'm a talented, big-eared batter. That's what I was. I use a scream of sticks, which are sticks, and I'm kind of I guess they call me the geek nerd of the crew, but it's just because I'm smarter than them. And I like jelly donuts, but it's really just the jelly.
Is this like showing your kinship with vampire bats that you kind of are just sucking the jelly out of the donut?
It's the fruit that's really good.
Oh, this is fantastic, and probably Locke, you're the only one who really understands the references your mentor has built into these classical names he's given the three of you, or they have given the three of you. We haven't defined much about the mentor yet. Yeah, that's great. Mike, please tell us about your character.
Diogenes here, but you can call me Dio. I am the form of a tiger shark, and I got to keep swimming. You got to keep moving through life. You can't stop. You can't go for breaks. Otherwise, you're gonna. I don't know. I never tried. I'm kind of the goofball of the family. I'm a little bit of a clown. I like to live life to the fullest, and I like to make sure I fit in lots of sushi into that lifestyle. So that's my favorite, and I, not to get on the boys for health, but I mean, there's always regular fruit available, Locke. Like, it doesn't have to be in jelly form. I mean, I don't know, but but I won't get on you too hard about that because life's short. So why not just suck out all the jelly out of the donut? So, it's just how it is. And I like to throw my ninja stars, my shuriken. But my aim is very good. So keep that in mind. For the purposes of a Saturday morning cartoon, that means always an inch away from death.
Exactly. There's like a, and then someone's, pinned to the wall by their clothes with the ninja stars. Exactly. Yeah. We're following some TV standards and practices here a little bit. So we got some safety tools in the works, and we also all understand that kind of tonally this game is very Saturday morning cartoon based. So, Sewer Siblings, I want to ask each of you a question about your mentor, the other mutated critter who has kind of taken you in, taught you martial arts, and formed you into this family down here in the sewer. Aquinas, what type of critter is this mentor?
They are a red panda.
Oh, that's excellent. Absolutely. Wonderful. And Locke, what's the gender of your mentor?
I think it's a lady.
All right.
They're a lady.
A red panda, she, her. And Dio. Dio, what's the name or title that your mentor goes by?
Let's just go with Mistress.
All right. Yeah. Absolutely. Mistress, the red panda, and the leader of this group. What does she kind of, what sort of instruction is she like most often giving you, Dio? Right, like in like if I've told you once, I've told you 100 times, Dio.
Oh, I think Dio has a bad habit of like trying to go out in public and like hang out where other teenagers are, and maybe put herself in danger of like exposing her true mutant critter nature. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's because we're going by the rules where, if you guys put on like an oversized coat and a hat, you can maybe like, pass through like a crowd of humans, but upon closer inspection, it would be clear you are a mutant critter.
Yeah, if they like were to even just look at our feet,
Yeah. So hanging out with human teens, and endlessly fascinating as an idea, but as Mistress says, not not practical as a thing to do. Locke, what's your interest that you feel like kind of only your mentor really understands?
Ooh, that's a good one. Miniature wargaming.
So like in the base somewhere, there's like minis set up. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. It's part of my studying of Lao Tzu.
That's awesome. Yeah, and as far as Mistress is concerned, that is that is good practice for kind of gaining the skills you need to succeed as a Teenage Mutant Ninja Critter. Absolutely. Aquinas, how is it that kind of despite yourself, your mentor is able to kind of reach you when you're in a bad mood, to get through to you?
I think it is that she's the only one that really can say my full name, like Aquinas, and it's just that voice that cuts through. Everybody else has to call me Aki, but she uses my full name, and I kind of down when that happens. There's something in the tone of her voice. I honestly, at heart, don't want to disappoint her.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. So, yeah, I feel like maybe a good starting point then is Dio, your siblings are like bringing you back to the base because you were going off the reservation a little bit, trying to like where was the cool teen hangout you were trying to get into?
I think today it was the skate park.
Nice.
And I had like a full-on headscarf on a skateboard. And I think it was very close to getting whipped off in the wind.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. And so like, Aki, Aquinas, your Red Panda mentor said your full name and tasked you with bringing Dio back from the skate park. And so like, all right, so you and Locke, I think, are kind of bringing back your errant sibling here. Does that work for you? Cool. Upon return to the base, well, let's paint the scene a little bit here. Aki, what's your favorite place in this base? The kind of place that bears your signature within this sewer hangout for this whole family.
I think it's literally a place that bears my signature. That I've got this space that's mine that I've tagged, and I've got spray paint, and I've got my fancy logo, and in the sort of the type that represents the credit titles, but it's kind of morphed, and I use the color scheme from that. So you see all that around, and that's my place.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Honestly, the it might be that in the opening titles of our cartoon, right? Like we see Aki, writing spraying secret science sewer siblings on like a sewer wall, and that's what the camera like zooms in on as the extremely 90s music swells. That's great. Locke, what's your favorite place in the sewer base?
I've set up a room that is basically kind of upside down. So where the pipes go across the ceiling of it, I have like my tabletop that sits on top of those. So when I'm hanging upside down, I can crawl across the top and play with my things. And it's so I can hang down. And I've got my lights set up there. And then like the floor, I just don't use. So it's very clear and empty there.
Oh, beautiful. And Dio, what's your spot that you kind of particularly appreciate within the sewer hangout here?
So there's this one spot where there's kind of like a big storm drain that like is in the middle of the sidewalk. So I kind of like to sit down there and look up and listen to the people as they walk across, and kind of just like do my little aerial kind of thing. Like, I want to be where the people are.
This
You
is
know?
this is beautiful. I love this. I love this sewer shark party animal meets the Little Mermaid character concept. Um, yeah. So upon your return to the base, Aki, uh, someone has tagged over your logo.
What the what?
It's like this big like mantis motif that's been tagged on the wall, like covering up what you have there.
Do we know that this mantis is this something we've seen before?
That's a good question. Locke, what did your mentor tell you about the insectazoids that only you remember because the others weren't paying much attention?
That we need to stay away from them in particular because they have no remorse. They will come after anybody that crosses them.
Yep, that's something to keep in mind. Locke, your wargaming miniatures are scattered all over the floor of your your kind of usually clear upside down area.
What? Oh, my guardsmen!
And yeah, and I think Dio, it's less obvious if your storm dream has been interfered with, but you maybe are the one that really, since you were being brought back to like probably get a talking to from Mistress the Red Panda. You notice she's nowhere to be found. Your mentor is just missing.
I guess I'm off the hook. I was really expecting a talking to. Have you guys seen Mistress anywhere?
Where is she not? And I think you hear me make a series of really high-pitched, sort of screaming noises that reverberate through the pipes as I try to feel out if she's in there.
Oh man, are you using echolocation?
I am.
Yeah, sounds like a critter roll to me.
Think it's critter or mutant? Critter.
Okay, yeah, interesting. So, if it's closer to like normal bat echolocation, it would be critter. If there's something like particularly kind of strange or uncanny about this, then rolling mutant might make sense.
I think because I think my critteriness is that I can fly is really there, but I think I think that gets closer to a mutantness, that it penetrates and it goes much further, and I can manage to process it.
Right. It's like radar where you're scanning and you'll get like a sense of what might be in the surroundings. Absolutely. Yeah. Please go ahead and roll with mutant. And since you're leaning into your to being a Townsend's figured bat, you can roll 2 dice here.
Okay. So let me get my dice too. I'll put name in, and I will submit. And I rolled a 1 and a 4.
All right. Since one of those is under your mutant, yeah, because you've got a 3 in mutant.
Yes.
Okay, that's gonna be a success. Yeah, I think you like pick up a really strong picture of your surroundings. You're not picking up a red panda shape in any of these pipes, but in kind of one of the nearby pipes, and like in one of the nearby pipes is indeed something like with 6 legs, but big like you guys, clearly a mutant critter, and you guess it's one of those insectazoids that Mistress had warned you about, and from like the pose, right? Because you're and maybe even from like the soft like thrum of its like wings, you get the sense that it is waiting and hoping to ambush you, but you know where it is now, and it doesn't know that you know. It's like you.
Shh. Mistress isn't here, but someone is inside of our lair. An insectoid. I'm almost sure.
Well, they painted a grasshopper on this wall. So, what?
They don't know we're here yet, so we can sneak up on them.
Okay. I get it. Where are they?
All right. They're that way. I'll see. Oh!
Yeah, Aquinas, what are you doing?
He points where they're at, and I'm mad, and I'm gonna run at them. Try and find them.
Are you drawing your katana?
Yes, absolutely. I draw my katana, kick a skateboard off the wall, jump on that, and go rolling towards where they are.
Nice. Okay. I was gonna say make a ninja roll, but you're working a skateboard in here. Are you angling for a teenager roll?
Yeah, this is more my actually what the effect is me distracting for the others, even though my character's intent is really to give somebody a thumping.
I see. So you're primarily.
I give a long suffering look over to Dio, kind of. As Aki goes running off.
I look down, and my rollerblades are still on from the skate park, and like you kind of see my eyes like dart towards Aki, and then they dart back to you, and you're like the voice of wisdom here. So it's like, do I go or should I sneak up?
Go get him. And I will have lift up to the ceiling, and I'm crawling along quietly.
Nice. So Locke's taking the subtle approach. Aki's charging right in, and Dio's there as kind of coming up behind as backup on that front. Aki, let's have you roll teenager to see if you kind of effectively distract the opposition and get them totally focused on you with your crazy stunt. Does that sound right?
That sounds right. I got a 4.
And you got a 5 in teenager. There we go. So are you trying to are you cutting a hole open in the pipe, or you're just?
Oh yeah, with this sword never actually touches any flesh, but it's cutting around pipes and things like that. And I always when I go to swing at people, I hit like steam pipes and the steam hits them, or I knock them down. But yeah, I'm
absolutely. So there's like a whole kind of drop a sheet of metal kind of drops off of one of the pipes and kind of charging out of it, like wings buzzing, 2 like side-like weapons in hand, is giant insectazoid like saying, "Foolish protege, you will fare no better than your mentor.
My name's Aki, not protege.
Bah, you are nothing compared to the might of the Insectoid Empire." And starts swinging these blades, but like at this point, totally focused on you, not at all on your fellow siblings, and you're able to like keep him. Yeah, exactly. You're like swinging your sword and like skating around him, basically. Oh, yeah. So there's
Heroes in a half pipe.
There's some great imaginary camera angles going on here, because of course it's animated, but the animators are just having a lot of fun having the camera swing around the opposite direction from Aki, so we're getting the shots of this crazy bug thing and shots of Aki doing a flip. Dio, I want to check what are you doing?
So I think Dio has put like her headphones in, and it's just like do 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 do, and she's just like gone full like roller rink, and she's just skating around for fun. I think like the camera probably sees her just like skate backwards past them with her eyes closed, just dancing, listening to the music. So she's she's gone a little bit past the fight. She might come back in a crucial moment, but
she's kind of just primarily enjoying the moment.
yeah,
living in the moment. Absolutely. Locke, you have made your way along the ceiling. What do you do?
I am trying to maneuver to get behind this thing and try to jump in behind it and walk it on the head.
Classic. I mean, I'm going to say classic ninja move, maneuver behind someone and thwonk them on the head.
Does that sound like ninja?
That sounds like ninja. Yeah. Are you pulling out your eskrima sticks for this, or just like a unarmed thwonk here?
No, I think I'm whacking it with my stick.
All right, then you get the 2 dice. So this is great. Ninja's your high stat, and you're rolling 2. So what could possibly go wrong?
And as I drop down, I say, "I hope I'm not bugging you." And I got a 2 and a 4.
That's great. You want to roll under for this?
Yes.
Yeah. So, is your hope to just totally drop this insectazoid?
I'd love to knock him out if that's possible.
I think you can do that, because that was a very successful roll. You're kind of dropping down from the ceiling. You say your one-liner. You bring it half turns mouth doing a little chitter. But you give it a thwonk, and it sways and crumples to the ground.
What did it say something about mistress?
Hang on. I'm gonna skate over to our stash, and I'll pull out all of the, well expired red vines, and I will tie those stiff things together to tie up this bug.
Wow, what an approach! Yeah, so totally, you can do that. You've got the insectazoid. Like, is it you've tied it to a chair or something? You've taken.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's no way it can sit in a chair, but we've tied it to the chair.
So like so many limbs, right? Just tied with Twizzlers to this chair in this underground base. Yeah, absolutely. Dio, you see all this happening. What do you do?
I kind of like scurry up with my rollerblade and say, "Oh, nice work, boys." So, what next? Mission accomplished, right? Let's go get some food.
Well, if they took mistress, we're gonna have to ask it where they took her.
Wow, Mistress, she's really tough. She must have been out buying some groceries or something. I'm sure she's fine, right?
Aki, didn't he say something?
He said no one can bow before the might of the insectoids protean, right?
Yeah,
That doesn't sound right.
Well,
hang on, let's wake him up and we'll ask him to say it again.
Aki, are you like just like yeah?
Oh, I'll probably get a Twizzler.
Just the Twizzler. Yeah. It bites and eats the Twizzler kind of instinctively as you're doing that.
I say what you said again.
Yeah. Spits it out because it's old expired Twizzler. Foolish proteges! Your mentor has fallen to the insectazoids, and you will be next. I am but the first. You can squash me, but more will spring up. Mark you my words.
oh, okay, you were right. Well,
Close. I was close.
I gave you a B+.
Thanks.
What? Where would you? Where did you take Mistress?
You will never be able to free her from the ancient Insectazoid castle deep below the city.
You guys have a castle?
Oh,
It's so much cooler than your stupid base.
Oh!
Are you just hitting him with another Twizzler?
This one's black licorice.
Even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like,
Mm.
do your worst.
We need to find someone who can take us to the insectozoid. How do you say it? I look at him again. How do you say it?
The Insectazoid castle.
Insectazoid. Okay, that 4-syllable castle. We got to go there. Insectazoid. Yes, 4. Oh.
I subtly direct them towards somewhere away from it.
So you're just like you're calling a team huddle further away from
Yes.
the Insectazoid. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know where the castle is. Do you know where the castle is?
No, but maybe there's somebody else in the sewers who would know where the castle is.
Maybe. I bet you if he got free, that's where he'd go too.
But then he'd be free.
Well, we can't keep him forever. I mean, we don't have that much room.
He doesn't take up that much room. We just feed him all the red vines.
Now you know what Mistress said about pets.
She didn't let me keep that ant farm.
It was a little gross. Okay.
If we let him go, I can smell him out. I could smell that guy from a mile away.
But we have to be subtle. Make him think he got out on his own.
Should we turn away? He's already gone. He's chewed through the vines.
Mission accomplished. I could do 2 thumbs up. High five. Do you want to leap up into the high five? There's a crackle in the air.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah. Like, I mean, you only tied him up with red vines, and we established he can chew those things. So yeah, so it sounds like the plan is for Dio to pick up the scent and follow the assailant.
Yes, I can smell blood and licorice at equal amounts.
All right. Everyone cool with that? That sounds
absolutely.
Sounds good. Then Dio, let's do a critter roll for you. And yeah. Are you leaning in on any of your special answers here?
Ooh, I mean, I don't get to apply Tiger Shark every time I do a critter roll, do I?
Only if you're doing something in a particularly shark-like way.
Well, I don't exactly want to dive into the sewer water to be sharky, so I think I'll just roll the 1.
All right, roll a dice, and
I have a decently high critter.
Critter's 5, right? You
Yeah.
maxed it out.
Really jinxed myself with that one. That is a 6. Not successful.
Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, Dio's like, Dio, you're pretty sure you've got the scent perfectly, and you gesture for your team to follow you, I assume, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. So like, you guys are making your way down through the sewers. Yeah.
I'd like to engage the mechanics. I think I'm going to go Dio. Come on, use that schnoz.
Oh, perfect. So yeah, we get like some shots of the sewers, and then we come to like a forking path, and like Dio is like clearly like not totally sure at this moment, and Aki chimes in with that encouragement. Go ahead and mark. I'll go ahead and mark the team pie, and Dio, you get a reroll. So reroll that dice. See if we can get a 5 or below.
I think I rolled another 6.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm if this was any other system, I'd be like killing it right now.
So
not quite enough.
Aki, you say that, that you give that cheer to your
Really loud.
to your sibling really loud. It's like echoing all through the sewers, and
Schnoz, 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 schnoz.
yeah, absolutely. And this deep growl, and like from one of these pathways in front of you, you hear the sound of you know like something big approaching fast, and kind of multifaceted eyes start appearing out of the gloom, charging right towards you, and that's when we cut to a commercial break. Let's take 10 and come back at around 5 past the hour.
Perfect.
All right, see you guys soon.
It is pouring down here.
Yeah, we had that front come through a few days ago, where we got a couple of days worth. We got about 3 inches worth of rain.
Oh man,
We've got so much heat that when we get them, they're just wham, slam, lots of thunder, lightning.
It's 93 here today and humid outside. I think it's like
we were 97 and humid. Yeah, we've been upper 90s all week.
Yeah.
Stupid Al Gore and your global warming.
You hadn't passed that global warming initiative.
That's right. We never even knew about it. It didn't exist.
We had people finally trim the trees in the backyard.
Oh yeah, you said.
Which were up in the various power lines and things. There's nothing like spending a bunch of money for something that nobody will ever see. Those are the frustrating home ownership things.
all right, looks like we're all back. So after a commercial for like whatever the latest Nerf gun is, we pick up from commercial break with Secret Science Sewer Siblings. I think we see again just the last moment from before. We hear Aki saying, come on, use your schnoz, 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 and then coming fast out of one of these tunnels, these big compound eyes, glowing like yellow, and Locke, you are not right up in front where things are about to happen, but you also have those big ears, so you probably picked up the danger a second before the others. So I'm going to ask you first, what do you do? Something big that sounds like it's got a bunch of legs is charging out of the darkness towards your fellow Teenage Mutant Ninja Critters.
Scatter sibs, and I'll jump straight up into the to the ceiling and kind of clutch onto the top of that. We got company.
Classic. So you are grabbing the ceiling and you're letting them know to try and get out of the way. Yeah, Dio, what do you do?
I think I'm like turning. There's like, are we like maybe like an intersection of sewer tunnels or something?
Yeah.
So it's just kind of eeny, meeny, miny, and then dart down one direction.
Aki, what do you do?
I think that I go, okay, this is probably my fault, and I think I draw out and I stand at the ready, like I can take this. And then when I see how big it is, I'm like, I can't take this.
Beautiful. One last thing, Dio, you rolled that miss that led to all this. I'm going to hand you an insecurity marker. Do you mind mark an insecure under your critter stat, because you're feeling less confident in that schnoz of yours after it brought you here. So Aki, you're booking it as as this creature kind of looms over you. Big dark shape.
It's a little bigger than I thought.
Yeah. Sounds like that might be a ninja roll just to get out of there, right, and not be right in its path.
That seems absolutely fair. So I will roll.
Any of your specialties coming into play?
Let me think here. I actually think that I am going to be forced to use the thing I dislike to use, and I am using my tongue to swing along because it's disgusting along the sewer pipes.
But you're doing like a Spider-Man swing, but with your good tongue.
And I go, soup, and when I come down, I go,
oh, that's great. Yeah. All right. So roll 2 for this ninja roll.
All right. Let us submit.
Yes.
Against the odds, a big success here. Yeah. So yeah. Tell me how you kind of managed to like put enough distance here between you and this threat.
I think there's one point where the ceiling is high enough that when I do that swoop and it comes down under, I actually swing up and then swing back and run back towards the others as I've kind of swung over it. So it has to like turn around, but it's a little big.
Yeah, well, what you see as you swing over it, you get more of a sense of what it is. It's this big spider wolf. So it's got these 8 legs, and it's like, it can kind of go up on the sides of the sewer like it was doing, but to turn around, it has to coordinate all its legs to spin it around and like bring around that big wolf-like head with big compound spidery eyes to look back at you. But you get the moment to regroup. Absolutely. I mean, it sounds like actually you probably regroup with Locke because Dio went tearing off down a different tunnel. Is that right? All right, so Locke, Aki is back, having swung over your foe here.
So Locke, what do you get when you cross a spider with a wolf?
I don't know, Aki.
I mean, literally, that's the question because that's what that thing is. What is that?
Oh, I don't get it.
Well, we're going to in a moment. It's coming back this way.
Skitter, like moving along the sewer. It like opens its mouth and there's like a weird howl that's like somehow got like some clicking in it too.
I think we have to call it a spider wolf because I think they're already wolf spiders, right? So, right?
Yeah. I'll go high. You go low.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And hopefully Dio will come in from the side.
Beautiful. Let's cut away to Dio for a second. Dio, you kind of took off down one of these sewer corridors. I think luck favored you this time because at the end of this corridor you see this yeah, weird. It's weird what all these passages down here are. Hard to know what they're meant for, but this one like opens up into like a big cavern, and you get a glimpse out, and you see a castle, but there's just aspects of it that make it obvious it's an insectazoid castle. What about this castle is so kind of non-human and so like clearly the product of these big insect creatures from below?
Yeah, so it has all these towers that are like reminiscent of like the towers like on the corner of the castles or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're all like kind of like that termite type structure of like basically spit cement. I don't know.
Absolutely.
To,
yeah.
Have all
Clearly,
these
built like termite hills.
Yeah.
Into the shape of a castle, including with like some like Gothic gargoyles on there, right? But it's all made of that same material.
And there's lots of like archway holes, but then there's like you see like different kind of bugs flying in and out of all these little holes. It really makes my skin crawl just thinking about it.
Yeah. So there's a scary insectazoid castle that like sure seems like where that one spy said your mentor might be held captive, but you also hear this strange howl, echoing from back back in the direction of your siblings. Yeah. What do you do?
At the moment, I just feel really scared and lost, and I've never been in this part of the sewers before, and I don't know where my siblings are, and our maternal figure has been kidnapped, and I think I'm just kind of like looking back and forth like a little freaked out. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. All right. Then I think we'll cut back and check in with Aki and Locke as they're trying to deal with the spider wolf. So Locke, you're going high. Aki, you're going low. Locke, what does that look like as it's making its way back? How are you trying to engage?
So it's done its spin, and as it's coming towards us, I'm going to come off the ceiling, and I'm going to try to like feet down on its head, run up down its back, and then with my sticks go bump right onto its large arachna butt.
Yeah, trying to kick some butt.
That's it. And the idea being it'll follow me with its head, it'll get all, and then that'll let Aki get a chance to maybe whack it good and then knock it out.
Oh, are you thinking like you're trying to get it to like kind of rear up and expose its underbelly here? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to be the distraction rather than do like the whacking.
Yeah, but I think this still sounds like a ninja move to sort of sneak up and thwack it there. Yeah.
Okie dokie. Well, let's see. I don't know. Would that count with my stick, or does that seem a stretch?
You know, if you want to just roll the one for this mostly being kind of a physical maneuver, that's not crazy to me.
Let's just roll the 1. I got a 3 under a 5.
Yeah, so absolutely. It, like you described, the creature, like rears back. It's clearly it's flailing some of its limbs here, and like some like kind of webbing fires off as you strike it, but you're like quick enough on your feet. You're not you neither you nor your Eskrima sticks get webbed up or anything. But yeah, Aki, you've got an opening. What do you do?
So this thing is too big for my swords, so I put it down, and as it rears up, I do this thing where I kind of crouch, bend down, lean forward with my head, and toad leap up to smack into his exposed underbelly, just to give him full force, just throwing myself like a missile into him.
Nice. Is this a critter roll where you're
I
really
think this is definitely a critter roll with me using my toadness.
Yeah, use that toadness.
Okay, let us see whether I can do it. That's 2 dice. Submit. Oh, I'm betrayed.
What's your critter stat?
My critter stat is a 3.
Okay, a 3. So a 3 will do it. That's just a success with a complication. Yeah. So I think you slam into the spider wolf, and it's it's like knocked back and like knocked onto its back, right, where it's kind of legs are like curled up, but they curl around you and like start immediately like weaving a web around you. So the creature seems like it's kind of whimpering now from its wolf mouth. It kind of sounds like a sad puppy, but it is still wrapping you up in a little web, Aki.
I go, I think this is poetic justice for the red vines, but maybe somebody could get me out of here. Dio!
Dio. Yeah, exactly. Just like Schnoz was echoing earlier through the sewers. You hear Aki calling your name. What do you do?
I believe it shakes me out of my sort of self-pitying moment there. And I was like, I gotta go help my brother. And I get out on the rollerblades, and I'm going to. I think this is just like a really cool like teenager rollerblade montage, like going up around like the walls, and like sparks are flying for whatever reason.
Yeah. They're really just leaning in on like the cool rollerblade tricks here.
Yeah. It's like I didn't run that far away. Why is this such an extended doing like hops and stuff?
It's one of those bits where it like shifts slightly into like CGI from traditional animation. So like just for some reason the like tracking shot along the sewer corridor is like in this CGI mode where like we're getting the 3D effect of the corridors and the half pipes you're doing here. Absolutely.
Yeah. There's a really great Sega CD gem that this game this show had a game spin-off of. So I just want to get in there as quick as I can and try to
try to yoink him out, maybe, or
I think I'll use like my shark teeth to like rip out the webbing to free him.
Oh, nice. So so tell me if this makes sense. I feel like maybe if we kind of combine this, you're racing back and you're using your shark teeth. Maybe this is a teenager role because it's kind of a radical stunt, but you got your bonus dice from leaning into your critter side. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, it sounds perfect.
All right. So 2 dice for Dio.
There's an additional die, and that one was a 2. But I'll go ahead and roll the second one for fun. And a 5, but the 2 was good.
The 2 will do it. Yeah. So tell me what it looks like as you come charging into the rescue.
Yeah, so I think I had some tears in my eyes for a moment, but then going through the speed of my movement, they start to fly out the sides and sparkle, and then my eyes open up, and for a second my pupils contract to shark mode,
Oh yeah,
So it's
different from your kind of more humanoid usual look.
Yeah, and then the whole camera is filled with my teeth ripping open, and you expect I'm about to bite the head off the shark or whatever, or of the wolf, but instead I just get in on that webbing and rip it up and free Aki.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, so webbing flies everywhere, and Dio pulls Aki free, and the wolf spider wolf rather doesn't seem to be putting up any more fight. It's kind of sags and lets out a little defeated whimper noise from the floor of this sewer corridor. But the 3 of you are reunited.
You okay, Aki? You're muted, my dearest love.
I'm okay. And I go, stay. Good wolfie. Let's go.
Are you trying to get
Dio?
Follow your commands, or are you just taunting it?
I'm more like, you need to stay there. You just stay there. We'll be fine. We're gonna go. Okay, we can move now.
I totally found.
Way to go, Dio! You saved the day.
You both talk at once.
I don't know. It's my fault that we got in this mess in the first place.
Don't be silly. You came and saved Aki.
Yeah, that makes up for it.
All right, I guess we're square.
Sounds like someone's gonna roll to try and help Dio out of her funk. Is it Locke? Because Locke was the one who seemed more positive about this. Yeah,
I think so.
All right. So often getting someone to chill is a teenager role. But if you think there's a different stat you're leaning on heavily to try and comfort your sibling, we can go with that. What do you think?
Ooh, maybe Aki should do it. God, I can't think of any other that I would be able to use. So
it's almost like if you brought in some sort of Lao Tzu or philosophy, art of war or wargaming kind of principle.
At least I could get better dice. Yeah. Okay. It was all about the flanking. Had you not come in from the side, they would have never been beaten.
Wow.
Aki feels mixed.
I'll sure give them a good flanking next time if they try to do that to my brother.
I'll try rolling. I got a 2, so there's a complication, but I did succeed.
Hey, got it. The dice room maybe didn't reload for me, but you got.
Hang on. Actually, did it change? It changed on me. I got a 1.
It just works here then. Yeah. So Dio, you can clear your insecurity. How did Locke's words hit home for you?
I think Locke doesn't always share his hobby with anyone except for Mistress. I think I've maybe tried to play with him before, and he's like, "This is not a game. This is like a serious strategy thing." So to hear him like use those terms with me, it's like, wow, I know he really cares about his game. So that must mean something. Well,
That's beautiful.
I found the Insectazoids castle, and it's like totally gross, but it's down that way.
Wow, you found it?
Yeah, maybe my nose is better than I thought.
Nice job.
And I feel like
You said it's gross?
I mean, it's like there's just bugs everywhere, you know? Like, you remember we watched that Dracula movie, and they come across the castle, and all the bats fly up. It's like that, except roaches and ooh.
so. I think at that we cut to a vision of this castle, and indeed there are bugs, but the bugs are now like lined up in like ranks, right? Like some are on the ground, some are flying in the air, but they've clearly been like deployed as a military force. And yeah, there's a big banner unfurled from the tallest tower of the castle with that same kind of mantis logo that that had been tagged in your base, and the camera zooms in, and we just see at the tip of that tower, kind of giving like a rallying cry to the insectazoids, is a a big insectazoid in like kind of a very fancy outfit. It looks just like what Dracula wore in that movie that you watched, right? And he's saying, "Fly, my pretties, for I am Count Cricketula, and the surface world will know the might of the insectazoids." And all of the like bugs like buzz in unison.
And I think cutting back to us, like my big shark teeth are like chattering together with the buzzing. Like,
So that looks like an army.
well, they did say they were an empire.
To clarify, when you say the bugs, are we talking all big like us mutant bugs, or is there just like bugs as well, and some of those?
Yeah, I was picturing mutants like you, and like that's ambusher you dealt with back at your base.
Ew.
All right,
That's a
all right,
lot.
Locke. This is your element, right? Where you want to deploy your forces? Where's the staging zone? How do we get initiative?
Well,
When do we get them to roll for morale?
this seems a real situation for deception. You must know more than your enemy.
Oh, that's not good for me.
No.
I'm gonna have to go study.
What we need to do is find a way to sneak through the army to the castle. Yeah?
So they're bugs, right? And that includes like cicadas and stuff. I bet if we look around, we can find some shed skin, and we can put that on and sneak through.
That's brilliant, Aki.
Yes, it is.
And I'm great at disguises. I always told Mistress I was great at disguises, and she never believed me when I go and hang out at the mall. She gets mad. Maybe if I can prove how good I am with disguises, she won't be so mad about me sneaking out to the skate park today.
Hopefully, the rescue will be in your favor too.
Oh, of course, of course.
Well, we got to find some X skins, and then we've gotta put them together. We're gonna need a sewing montage, right?
Absolutely.
Fashion montage.
All right, yeah. I'll say by scouting around the outskirts of the insectazoid empire, you can find some shed insectazoid exoskeletons. Aki, what do we see in the montage of you kind of trying out different ways of putting on this disguise?
So I come out from behind the rock, and I like have a ladybug kind of outfit on. Does this work? Is this too much?
Too much.
Okay. Goes out, comes back, and this time I've got like a firefly kind of thing on with the big blinking light on it. How about this?
No.
Okay.
No.
Goes out and comes back, and this time it kind of looks like a big roach, like that kind of. What do you think of this one?
Ooh,
That's you.
this is the one. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Do you see what I did with the antennas here?
Very clever.
Locke, what do we see? How do you disguise yourself here?
I think I probably have tried to find like where Beetle has shed, so we can get that little thing that covers up my wings, but I can still use my wings.
Yeah, a nice shiny shell from a beetle. Absolutely. And Dio, what are you going for?
So I've got this fin. I'm trying to think of a good bug. So I think so I found like a cicada shell, like the full intact one.
Sure.
And like my fin is like just sticking up right out of it, and I might not notice it. I just might be kind of like, "What do you think?" Big like turquoise and pink like tiger shark fin coming out the back.
Right. You are a very notably colored tiger shark.
What were you adding on there, Aki?
I reach in and I pull this up in here. You're not gonna like this, Dio.
What, Aki?
Just
What do you
hold
got?
still. And I'm gonna brown spray paint the fin to match the cicada thing.
Nice, giving her a nice insectazoid paint job.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like this qualifies as a montage about the power of teamwork. So
Oh yeah.
we'll go ahead and re up the team pool so that it's all ready for you to use once more. The team pie has all its slices again, as we're about ready to set off. So traditionally ninja is for sneaking, but I wonder a little bit if Aki coming up with this wild plan of disguising the whole team with these cast off bug shells ends up being a mutant role. Like if maybe there's something a little like out there about your ability to find and perfect these disguises.
Plus, I can use my Hypnotoad force powers to like make people. These aren't the bugs you're looking for.
Oh, beautiful!
So, yes.
Yeah. So like we see like the three of you in your varied bug disguises, just trying to move through the insect ranks, and like Aki muttering something under his breath, and who knows if that's actually psychically pushing the bugs, but perhaps it will help.
All right. So I'm gonna roll one die. And submit. That is a 3.
That'll do
That
it.
is below my mutant.
That'll do it. Yeah. So the the three of you are making your way into the Insectazoid castle. Yeah, and like there's like the one close call as this this grasshopper looking inspector like pauses and is like, you three. It's like,
Yes.
oh, you
All
must be.
hail Count.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
I see you're new around here. You better head inside for their orientation. Great. So what's when as you enter the castle of the Insectazoids, what's one detail you notice that that makes you realize these Insectazoids aren't so different from you, just a little weirder and a little deeper under the city. Locke, what's one detail you notice?
I think once we get in, like we come in, rather than the front gate, we come in kind of a side door.
Sure.
And they've got this big dining room area. And we see where they've laid out all their food, and there's people eating. And they're actually like just enjoying the meal together. And we even see a few of them like food fighting over in a corner before one of these kind of the inspector types comes out. Oh, you stop that now.
Yeah. He like catches a jelly donut in midair and says, we must have order for Count Cricetula's right, like telling them off in the name of Count Cricetula. Dio, what's something you notice that feels like it helps you understand better the Insectazoids and their little civilization down here?
I think like our march is kind of interrupted by these two bugs, and they're like carrying a third bug on a stretcher, and he's like not looking too well, like a roach kind of guy. And like I hear like one of the other soldiers muttering like, they got him with another roach away. They'll those humans, they just have no respect, no regard for us.
Yeah. Aki, what's something you pick up, that gives you more perspective on the Insectazoids here?
I think it is that we move to another room, and this is clearly like it's a messy room. It's like one of those like rec rooms or personal space rooms. I think we see a table, and whereas when we've seen Locke's thing, he's got these little Napoleonic figures painted and all the stuff like that, uniforms, very carefully done. I think we see a garish table of Warhammer 40K style figures, very badly painted because they're colorblind. So they're all weirdly painted, and I kind of look at them, and I look at Locke, and I'm like, and we keep moving there.
Perfect. Yeah, and so you've managed to get kind of deep into this castle. Now you're kind of past the Insectazoid army, and in your insecty disguises. So I want to know what your next step is. You've let's say you've reached like a quiet place where you can regroup within behind the enemy lines.
Dio, we need you now.
I don't know. Are you sure?
You're the only one of us who can possibly sniff out the mistress.
It all just smells like bug down here.
But you surely with your. I look at Tyler, to Locke. I like Olaf.
Olfactory.
Yes, that skill. You'll be able to pick it out. Come on.
Okay. Okay.
It's the only one who'll smell like jasmine and fur conditioner.
I don't think I can do it on smell alone. I'm gonna have to listen for her heartbeat. I'm gonna use my shark electroreception
Ooh,
abilities to find the mammal amongst the insects.
right, absolutely. Yeah, they'll be the only mammalian heartbeat in the castle, save for Locke.
Yes. I will roll this one on the left. Oh, that is a 5, right on the money.
Ooh, what's your critter again?
5.
But you were using your tiger sharpness. Wouldn't that give you another die?
It could. It could. Are you think do you think you want to lean in on that? We got the electro sensors.
I can be double critter here. Oh, just this once. Because I keep rolling high, but there's a 1. Let's go with that.
That'll do it. Yeah. Yeah, you like the cartoon goes to like a cutaway of the whole castle, and like we see marked out where the 3 siblings are, and then we kind of like zoom up a little in the castle, and we see like kind of like pulsing glowing red, absolutely, Mistress the Red Panda, and like maybe maybe there's even just like a little kind of purple aura around her too, to represent the scent of jasmine. Yes. But yeah, you've got exactly where she is. You just need to head up the central tower to find her.
Yeah, so I kind of move my little like cicada hands, kind of gesture like, we gotta find a way to break from the group. We gotta go up that way.
The central tower, do we see where there's a stairway going up it?
Yeah, it's probably got a big wide spiral staircase.
Guarded?
Probably.
They gotta feed a prisoner. And I'll kind of reach in my bag and pull out a couple of donuts. We can go up as guards feeding the prisoner. You read it?
Aki, are you chiming in?
Very smart. Very smart.
Thank you.
But this is my last bit of tuna.
It's for a good cause.
Okay, for Mistress.
And I think in proper cartoon fashion, you pull a
Aki, are you
burrito up.
pulling out a burrito? Yeah, great.
I think I've reached over and managed to pull up the serving tray sort of thing just from off screen. And start walking forward.
Great. Okay. Yeah, you know what? We'll do one more roll, and if this is successful, you'll be headed right up to your mentor. So let's maybe do a ninja roll this time for kind of sneaking in with the food. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Quickly disguising yourself, unless there's something else you think is what's going on here.
I'm all happy with that one. Yeah.
All right.
As I go, food for the prisoner, and I will roll 1 die.
2 dice because your food's in. You're
Oh, my food is involved.
like when you involve jelly donuts, you get an extra dice.
2 and a 3.
Beautiful. That's exactly what you need. Like as you're headed to the stairs, right? These bug guards cross their bug pole arms and are like, who goes there, right? And you say your thing about food for the prisoner, and they look at each other like, and then buzz you on through. And Are and Dio, Aki, you're just following right on Locke's heels, pretending you're part of this delegation too. Yeah, great.
This just isn't any normal prisoner. This is Mistress, well regarded for her martial abilities.
Buzz.
Absolutely, yeah. So you get to this prison cell, and another guard. We'll say another guard opens up the door of the cell for you to head in with with your tray, and you see inside, kind of suspended from the ceiling in like a weird cocoon with just her little red panda head sticking out is Mistress.
Food for the prisoner. And I say towards the guard, and I kind of try to lock eyes with Mistress. But more, I'm showing that tray that has our 3 foods on it. So even, of course, our disguises are so good that even Mistress would never be able to tell it's us, but our food.
Yeah, the food, yeah.
There's like a gong that plays when you show all 3 foods. It's like, bong.
That's right. That's perfect. Yeah, you show like all 3 foods together. Like the cuts to Mistress. Like she's like looking around suspiciously. Then she like sees the foods, and her eyes like widen just a little bit, and we get that sound effect. And I think that might be a commercial break, as the siblings and their mentor have met here in this prison cell in the middle of the Insectazoid castle. So let's take 10 and be back at 5 of the hour.
Sounds good.
This game is super cute, Alexi.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
There's a lot of little clever things to this.
Are we all back? Very good. All right. So yeah, so we cut. There's a commercial break, and some new sports drink is being advertised, and when we cut back, we see the sewer siblings approaching their suspended mentor in this cell, and this time those other guards just aren't even there. So the animators just didn't bother drawing them in. So it's just the three of you. You've made your way in. You've shown the food, and your mentor, hanging upside down, says, "My children, it's so good to see you. I take it you got my message."
Message?
Message?
Yes. The figures scattered all over the floor of your area. It was meant to evoke Fabius Maximus. You didn't see?
Of course it was. Oh!
Yes.
No.
I turned to Aki. Gluteus Maximus? What?
That's the butt.
But surely you at least brought the bug poison.
Bug poison?
Oh, what was the point of me getting captured on purpose if you didn't get my message and bring the bug poison? We need to end the threat of the Insectazoids, or else they will invade the world above.
I don't think so.
Aquinas?
Look, yeah, they've got a big bad cricket vampire who's leading them, but they're just like us. They got game tables, and they hang around and eat, and they get a bad rap from the upstairs too. I don't think that we can't do that. We got to stop their boss, but we can't bug poison them.
Okay, are you talking back to your mentor?
Yes, I am.
Roll a blade up next to him and say, "Yeah, Aki's right."
Sounds like a teenager role to me.
It does.
See if you can get her to see things your way.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Of course, I have accidentally closed that thing.
Do you need the roll for your party?
No, I just need to pull up the Gmail again with it. So dumb. All right.
And it sounds to me like maybe your bad boy role on the team is coming into play here.
Yeah. All right. 2 dice. A 1 and a 4.
Hey, that'll do it. Yeah. So Mistress says, This is not just a game, Aki. This could be war. We have to play this smart. But if we don't have poison, then yes, a decapitation strike is probably what's needed. The rank and file will be leaderless if we can take out Count Cricetula.
Can I just add at this point that like her cocoon is like slowly rotated to the other way?
She's like, hold on a moment. I'm coming back around. She swings back around. She says, "Well, Aki, what do you propose if you have this plan now for how to avoid bloodshed or?"
Well, the first part of my plan is to cut you out of that cocoon, out of that webbing, and the second part of my plan is to turn to Locke and ask him. And I leap up and I slice the cocoon open.
Great, yeah. So she comes like tumbling out, but then like lands like quietly on her feet, in the cell, with like in like a cool ninja pose, right? And she's probably wearing like robes that like set off her red panda fur nicely. She like gives you a like gives you a like nod, right? Like a well done, Aki, but she doesn't say it.
Locke?
Oh, well, I agree with you that insecticide is not the answer.
A stake to the heart.
Didn't they say that since we were new recruits, we had to be introduced and go through it wasn't acclimation, it wasn't initiation, it was
Orienteering.
orientation, yes. I betcha that means seeing the boss. He looks like a guy who likes to talk.
Yes, Count Carcatula will give a speech to the newly recruited Insectazoids.
Well, that'll be our moment. And, well, if the students of Mistress can beat their boss, then surely they will have to respect the Mistress.
Not a bad plan. Locke, do you have room for me in that shell you're wearing?
Yeah, I think so, but I won't be doing any flying.
so she's going to hide inside of your disguise shell.
That tickles.
Sorry, my child. And it sounds like the three of you are going to head to orientation with the other new recruits.
Yeah, we'll march on down there. Kind of taking it easy. I look at Dio to make sure, because Dio, she has a sense if things are going to go wrong. I'm keeping an eye on her, make sure she doesn't get antsy.
Before we get there, I will say we'll have to make a challenge, like a formal challenge that he'll have to accept. And I'm not the talker.
I'll do that.
Well, I've seen you make lots of people mad.
Yeah, Mistress says, cast aspersions on his aristocratic lineage. He hates that.
I had asparagus too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Dio, you're going to have to throw me up onto stage.
Ooh, flashy entrance. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll like fling off the armor as I fly through the air. It will be a sweet, and I'll like do a flip. It'll be radical.
So it sounds like we're cutting to a new scene. Yeah. So there's the there's like little signs pointing you towards orientation, like little yeah, exactly. This way to orientation.
Pamphlets with the big papers.
Yeah. And then in this orientation chamber, right? There's clearly like ranks and ranks of newly recruited Insectazoids, and then like a big fancy stage where Count Carcatula is standing. What trappings of kind of Gothic nobility are all have been arranged on this stage for Count Carcatula's big speech? Locke, what do you think?
I think what is most noticeable is to show both his disdain for the humans above and his bravery. We have bug zappers all around the back of it to light the stage.
Oh man. Yeah, and like all of the like recruits are like shivering a little bit seeing that, but he is striding about, gesticulating wildly, and showing that he is not afraid of the worst the humans can do. Dio, what do we have as far as the the props that Count Carcatula is using to prop up his regime here?
He has this really kind of creepy display. They had like these two large glass panels with like a blue gel kind of in between them, and there's some humans who are like wearing like rags who are like crawling around in this like Dude, when they turn around and they're just like looking at the walls, like, oh my gosh,
Oh
where
my
are we?
captured humans to demonstrate the might of the Insectazoid Empire.
Yes.
Absolutely.
With air holes in the top
Yes.
poked in.
Oh, that's great. And Aki, what's one other kind of prop of Count Cricetula that he's included here to bolster his image as the master of the Insectazoids?
I think that the bugs who are closest to the stage, they've like had their carapaces like painted white to almost look stormtroopery, sort of Star Warsy. There's an honor guard. Some of them are in red, like a red guard. They're clearly uncomfortable because they've got this paint and the paint hasn't quite dried on them, so they're sticky too.
That's great. Yeah, these like color-coded rows of guards who've had their shells painted to show their stations in the honor guard, as you say. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, so the three of you with Mistress hiding alongside you enter this and you enter this space, and you hear Count Cricetula is in the midst of saying, "For so many years, our brethren have been crushed by the humans, but we will prove who the true masters of Earth are when we crush them and erect our castles to blot out their terrible cities."
Stomp too far. Okay, let's not get this row. Pardon me, excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah, and there's whispering and down among the ranks as you're like pushing your way among these Insectazoids. And
Pardon me.
Quentin's like, "You latecomers, what is your excuse?"
Let him have it, Aki.
I step onto Dio's fins. One,
Get them here and
2, 2.5.
And trying to make a dramatic leap onto the stage.
I want Dio to throw me onto stage.
Okay, nice.
Lean into her ability to make me look awesome.
Dio, let's do a teenager roll for that.
okay.
And let me know if you've got any specialties you're leaning in on here.
You're throwing me.
Yeah. Oh, like a ninja star. Okay. Yes. I was thinking, like, is this a goofball thing? Have we done this before? Yeah, definitely using my excellent aim,
Perfect.
which is good because I got a 3 right under teenager.
Nice. You got a 4 in teenager?
I do.
Okay, so you land him right where you want him. Tell me about that throw, Dio. How are you putting on that extra pizzazz to make sure Aki makes the perfect entrance here?
Well, when it comes to throwing the shuriken, it's not about an overhand toss. It's all about the wrist and the rotation. So I think I lock in like my rollerblades, and we're doing like this spin with like both hands, and then it's like a discus toss almost, and just flick them at the last moment. And
I'll throw off the exoskeleton as I'm going through the air and land superhero landing style. Where
Ha! Foolish young ninja critter, your mentor languishes in a prison cell in my castle, and you think to confront me?
our mistress does no languishing anywhere. She's freed by us. And we have come to challenge you. Your parents were asparagus, and your family line is vegetated. Will you take on a challenge? Can you, who are the leader, can't like if I will you against the three of us? We will battle you to see who is the ultimate champion of. And I'm kind of trailing off. Yeah, and I'm waiting for the others to come up. Yes, yes. I want to call him out. because he's an adult.
Trying to get the other insects in, like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, right, everybody.
Yeah,
No,
I think that the insects are mostly like kind of like clicking in confusion, right? And but yeah, are Dio, Locke, are you guys following Aki's lead here?
Do you want to go ahead and do your intro?
I think with like the spinning of Aki, like I still have like a little bit of momentum left, and like the cicada shell just kind of flings off, and like the brown spray paint kind of goes and like splatters off, and
Oh right, and so your full like pink and yellow resplendence and cyan resplendence is available once again. Yeah,
full on CMYK in your eyes.
And I think that as I toss off the chitin, the mistress falls down behind me as I, kind of jump up, and I'm guessing we got to the front. So as I leap up to flight, and she can be there to, being passive and watch us, I suppose. That's her sort of thing. But as I jump across, I'm leaping over the stormtroopers, the stormhoppers. And as I do, I'll turn in midair and I emit a high-pitched whine scream down at them to shock the stormtroopers back from the stage.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. So like the stormhoppers are like, holstering their halberds pointing towards you, and then like they like take like, a stumbling step back as you do this. So like the three of you have gotten to the stage. Count Cricetula like laughs a like, creaky insect laugh as he says, ha, and why should I agree to your terms? You pitiful creatures, you sympathize more with the surface dwellers than with your brethren down here?
Oh, you don't have to if you're scared. I mean, obviously, you don't have to fight us. Anyone would realize that you are a smart person who would be frightened of the mistress's students.
Yeah. Aki, you gonna add to that?
I say, oh no. I mean, certainly. I mean, if he's really a count, and not just like Count Chocula, then he'll actually take this. But if he isn't, if he's just a fake, then certainly he won't accept.
Count Chocula, you impugn my honor, you puny punster. I mean, like, probably technically this is a teenager role to call him out, but I feel like you've pushed all his buttons here, right? Like, I think he's I think he wants to humiliate you all in front of his troops to prove who he really is. So, there's like he like tosses off his cape. And there's like a whir, right, as his wings extend, and like four arms come out, and then like he spins around and he's holding like four katanas in all four of his arms, and they're glowing red because why not? And then strikes a fighting pose. So yeah, Aki, you were trash talking him. Locke, you kind of pushed back the stormtroopers a little bit. So let me check with Dio first. Dio, what do you do?
So I'm still kind of back in the crowd, and I'm kind of like roller skating through, like thank you, no applause needed, like high fiving a couple of them, like. They're like, oh, what's happening?
Yeah, like one bug gives you a high five, and another bug is like, what are you doing? Oh, cool. Cool. So you actually, you know what? If you're trying to connect with the Insectazoid rank and file, that might even be a role just to try and kind of win them over a little.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Establish a little cred for the Secret Science Sewer siblings.
Yeah, and maybe even further, like I'm like trying to like get them to like make like a big battle circle, So it's like, come on, circle around, let's do it.
Let's do a teenager roll for that, I think.
Let's do it. Roll the left one. A 2. We're good.
Nice. Yeah. So like some of the bugs are on board. Like there's clearly some some discussion going on amongst the insectazoids, but some of them are really into this. They're like, yeah, we're gonna get to see this fight. These guys seem on the level. So you've got a big old kind of circle around the podium area, and the insectazoids are watching closely to see how this goes. Aki, Count Cricetula does a feint towards you with these multiple swords, and then like spins all the way around, and like there's like a swords like scraping along the floor. You're just kind of dodging out of the way at first, but he's trying to press the attack. What do you do?
I flip my board out onto the stage, and start gleaming the cube all over this stage around in tricks, and it looks like I'm trying to go around him and feint and parry, but in fact, I'm hacking the bug zappers to get them set, to get them so that they're ready for either Locke or Dio to use them to their advantage.
Oh, nice. So yeah. So for hacking the bug zappers, are you thinking that's a teenager role? Because
I saw hack under teenagers, and I was like, oh, I'm going to do that then. So that is what I'm doing. I'm going to clear my dice.
Yeah, I think just one dice, unless there's a way one of your specialties is part of this.
No, I think this is one die. I am risking it all. So 1d6. Submit. Oh, that is a 5.
What was your teenager again?
My teenager is 5. And the sun wants to push me on.
Does someone want to push Aki ahead to try to avoid getting a complication here? Because like Aki's gonna hack those bug zappers, but he's got Count Cricetula, swinging ever closer with these red katanas, leaving like it's every swing leaves a little like trail in the air because of the way they're animating this. Anyone want to push Aki forward here?
Yeah, I think I'd call out to the crowd even say, wow, give Aki a hand here, guys. Look at that. Look at that front flip nose blind. Oh my gosh, wow.
All right. Getting the crowd to like do a little like Aki chant.
A real Toady Hawk up there.
Oh, bravo. My hat is off to you, Mr. Barford. Thank you. Submitting
Nice.
new die. Oh, still a 5.
Still
So with complications then.
Unless we all want to cheer you on here.
Locke. Help me, Locke.
All right. I think that as the crowd starts to try and they're getting a little behind Aki, and as the swords, I could see they're getting in closer, but I'm catching on to what Aki's doing. I see the ploy and am very impressed. And so I'm going to dive across, and figuring that if I can let him have space to do it, I can depend on Dio after. So there's this blur as I am knocking the swords aside with my sticks,
Nice.
just getting in the way to protect Aki. As I yell over towards Dio, "Batters up! Tail to the
All right,
wind!"
getting in there with the Eskrima stick. So we'll probably have you make a roll in just a second, but for now, Aki, you get one more try to have a full success on what you're going for here.
I'm going to get one more bite at the burrito. Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. So what exactly are you doing to the bug zappers to try and turn them to your advantage?
He's not a fool, so there are protective like meshes and things on these bug zappers that are around, and those are going flying every which way to expose them. So if some bug gets flung against them, it's night buggy.
Time. Yeah. Nice. So Aki's pulling off this skateboard assisted bug zapper hacking. Locke is mixing it up, and like your sticks, like there's little chips flying off of your sticks every time they come into contact with Count Cricetula's swords, because they're like just biting right in. What do you do?
I go, oh my goodness, he's a master splinter, as I have my sticks get carved away. But primarily, I'm trying to get him in position for Dio to come in and do the big shove. So I'm fighting defensively to try and position him. And just, and as I get smaller, we eventually have me just down to like sticks.
That's awesome. Yeah. You're fighting with just the nubs of the scream of sticks. Chopsticks. Oh, that's great. Make a ninja roll for me.
Alrighty. Do I get to use 2 since I'm using my weapon?
I think so, though it sounds a little like this might be the last time you get to use that weapon, unless
that
you
makes
can,
absolute sense.
Find some new Eskrima sticks.
2 4s.
Oh, and your ninja is 5?
My ninja is 5.
Yeah, you do it. You keep him busy. Like he thinks he's winning, right? Like he is grinning, and like he's got like weird like bug fangs going on. And he says, all of you will become my thralls after I have defeated you. But you've kept his attention, and your sticks have paid the price. Yeah, Aki.
And if I see Dio starting to move, I say, I don't think so, chum.
Everybody's got their puns all ready to go here, huh? Dio, what do you do?
So, we see Locke is down to just the little sticks, and we see like Cricetula has like this like look in his eyes, like ha, 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 time for the finishing blow, and he starts like running at Locke, and then there's like it's like a bunch of like ninja stars like sticking to the ground right in front of him, and halt his advance for a moment and put him off his balance, and that's what I'm going to want to try to come in and
So nice. You're blocking his way with the ninja stars, and then just basically like body checking him.
Yeah. Yes. What's the phrase here? You're gonna need a bigger bug, is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Make a ninja roll with two dice here.
All right. Yeah, 1's a 2, and that's below my ninja 3.
That'll do it. Yeah. So like Count Cricetula like whirls and says, what treachery is this? Right, as you like slam right into him, and then he steps back, and there's like a zapping sound, and like click, cling, 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 cling. The like swords fall, and like and the swords fall and clang against the ground as they drop from his many. He seems he's disabled, right? Taken out of the fight, and a chorus of unbelieving chirps rises from the assembled Insectazoids.
Dio, that move was electrifying.
That's great. so those like spray painted stormtrooper bugs like lower their weapons again, stepping in, and then Mistress steps forward, like raising her hands, and she says, "You all heard. The Count agreed to combat against my students for the sake of proving his authority over the Insectazoids. His authority has been disproven, and you are discharged." And the bugs all like start looking to each other again, in confusion. Aki, you're yelling something, but your mic is off.
I pop up behind her and I go, "Burritos for everybody!"
And I come out to the side. We're forming our little trio or quadruplet here. I say, look, I know humans can be a drag sometimes, but is total extinction really the answer?
Locke, do you have a message for the Insectazoid Empire?
I think I'll call from my namesake. We all should be working together. It's all one big contract between us. Humans make the food, we get to eat it. If we don't have humans, there's no jelly donuts.
Wow, Locke, that was really good. Did you come up with that on your own?
Oh, very good.
Yes, I did.
Wow.
And I think we're coming to the end of this episode then. So for each of you, I'd be happy to hear a little like next time on Secret Science Sewer Siblings, as you give us that kind of teaser shot of what's to come for your characters and for the Secret Science Sewer Siblings. Aki, do you have something to tease the viewers at the end of this episode with hints of the further adventures that these characters will go on?
I think that we see me on a board in the sewers with the wave coming, pushing me along, and as there like breaks in the sewer, we see that I'm like racing a bear on another one of these surfboards, and as we can actually see each other, we're striking at each other, and then we're continuing to go along. No context at all.
just racing a bear on a board. Absolutely. Locke, what do we see for next time on Secret Science Sewer Siblings?
I think we see Locke up on top of a building where he's flown up, and he's looking around as a shadow passes over and lands behind him. He turns around, and we see a teenage owl girl go, "Would you like a donut?"
Oh my goodness. What a connection. Dio, what do we see for next time on Secret Science Sewer Siblings?
So Dio is walking down the boardwalk at sunset, and she has on this like big summer hat with like a little like ribbon tied underneath and like a pair of glasses.
She's a shark.
Yeah, because the shark at the beach. And I think she has like a Pokeball, and then she like turns around and walks and like bumps into this beautiful surfer boy with like the puka shell necklace, and like her hat like goes flying off and her sunglasses fall off, and they're like just looking at each other like,
He's like, whoa, you've got like beautiful stripes.
Thank you. I like your necklace. It's like a shark too.
Yes, of course it is. Yeah, and then further, one last thing for next time on Secret Science Sewer Siblings, we see this this like graveyard, but it's all like big mushrooms that have been like carved with RIP on them, right? It's clearly this underground graveyard, and then this grave, and then insectazoid arm just like punches out from the grave as hooded cultists are chanting to resurrect Count Cricetula.
I Probably should have seen that coming. It's kind of based on the
Count-
undead figure.
Yeah.
Resurinsect.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's been Secret Science Sewer Siblings. Thank you all for playing. I've had a good time, and anyone watching, thanks for watching along. And
If you're watching this, you can get this is free online, and this is a great game. Cloven Pine Games. This is great.
Thank you so much for the plug. I'll put a link to the game under the video. In the meantime, cowabunga, everybody.